His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because the Asa is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
I see in the next few months a nicer country, a very noisy country, rowdy country, a heavily divided country, a very tough economy, a sense of elitism by those who are coming at the hem of authority. The coming in of the Unity Party is going to multiply the economic woes, the economic conundrum, the economic quagmire, the suffering of the Liberian people is going to multiply. We are not prophets of doom, but the reality will come.
And why we should go through this rigorous, chaotic, demoralizing, and inexplicable situation after much cogitation on this clandestine and surreptitious, furtive. He said, and I quote, "I am not a magician. Forgetting words are like egg. Once broken, they are gone. Once spoken, they remain indelible in the heart of man." Come to think of it, do they have the powers, the spiritualism, the abracadabra, the voodoo to perform the magic, and as well transmogrifically transmute and transfigurate this ugly, debilitating, and exasperating situation? I saw it. The locution, "I am not a magician," in its jocularity in quote 1. 2, the uncircumscribed bluster, and in a vituperative ululation. I saw it in their hocus pocus explicandum, explication, elucidation, where we thought the shibboleth was a travesty and a parody to lampoon the masses expected eleemosynary from the government. After the miserly, the niggardly, the disappearing, the penurious, and the parsimonious, that I will say and remind us at this point in time that this is democracy. The government of the people, by the people, and for the people. Not oligarchy, plutocracy, and aristocracy. The catchword, the byword, the shibboleth, the locution, the conversion, the paroxysm, the spasm are counterintuitively excruciating, malodorous, horrendous, odoriferous, and odorous. But I pray that there's so much acclimatized transmogrification, is so much acclimatized transmutation. It's not an act of sarcasm. Could it be that we are heading for better days? Could it be the political Moses that will take us to the promised land? Only on this note will I koto in their poho, or else I will not koto in their poho. is in a political somnambulism and malocclusion. It's in a financial and economic bantigism. Look at the way the game politics is becoming a bugaboo. What a political holy bully. What a political hoity-toity. What a political foodie-doody. What a political hocus pocus you have come with. What a political jabberwocky. What a political poppycock. What a political gobbledygook. With this consternation, I ask that you accept my pertinacious circumlocution. Accept my pertinacious circumambagous grandiloquence and magniloquence. But I will tell you this, I will not koto in Japoho. I will refuse to koto in Japoho. Thank you. It is appalling. That is the reason I've been in a compendious laconic lacuna, not a recapitulation. But this is sardonic, opprobrious, malevolent, contumelious, erroneous, lugubrious, and exasperating. What a political baloney. What a political ballyhoo. What a political bunkum. Balderdash and hogwash. At this point, I will borrow the words of the great sesquipedalian logomanian that it is crystal clear, like the biblical menemeneteke you foreseen, that this administration has no blueprint on socio-economic matters. But I will advise you to tell Mr. President that following his antecedent and pedigree, we know him, he can do better. Tell him to do better. But at this point, we will not koto in their poho. That is what you get when the hobo, pejoratively hobnobs with the hobgoblin, have been bamboozled, razzled-dazzled, razzmatazz politically. Where I said he was supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious is a way of saying the president was fantastic. But his political enemies said he was suffering from what I describe as new mono ultra microscopic silicovolcanoconiosis. It's a word that is supposed to be called silicosis, meaning a lung disease. But in search for the longest word in the dictionary, they pep it up to become a 45-letter word, which is new mono ultra microscopic silicovolcanoconiosis. This impedimenta, combustible and volatile lemma, in its maximum exoneration, reminds me of the biblical Eloi, Eloi, lama sabachthani. What germinated the abnegation and repudiation? What an academic mwahaha, academic yo-ho-ho, caused by these political yo-yos, political yobos, in their leadership rococo, leadership rababaration, in conjunction with administrative bemusement, holy poly, and discombobulation, in their obstreperous, malevolent shenanigan and hocus pocus agenda. Your boo-boo has poo-pooed into your business. The bifurcation and abdication of the vision in the name of honorificability to the nitatibus, just to score cheap political points. Then floxina, sini hilipilificating. You see, the stilty, politicos of torrent rodomontates and defalcators that you and I know, the lab annotation of their eleemosinaries, ostentatious and libidinous lifestyle, shows that they are out. Oh, obliteration, mutilation, decapitation. Say no to this academic bantigism, academic noctambulism, and academic malocclusion, which their children are not part of.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because the Asa is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
It is the weekend from Monrovia, Liberia. Great weekend. It is. Good afternoon. Thank you so very kindly that you place us on your itinerary. Wherever you are around the world in Liberia following, we can appreciate you the more. Thank you so very much. It's another day. It's called Friday. They say TGIF in Liberia. Thank God it's Friday. Yes, before TGIF, there is TGIM. And TGIT, TGIW, then TGIT, then it goes to TGIF, and then it's going to be TGIS and TGIS, and then it goes back to TGIN. What a day it is. December 4th or 5th, 2025, the reign of Nebuchadnezzar, Judah Christopher. Yes, this day, I'm Sam Andrews. God Almighty, the creator and sustainer of the universe, the God who took us from Monday to Friday, the God who has, like the Methodist people would say, brought us this far by faith. Yes, that is the God we serve. He hovers us. We are grateful that he keeps watch over us from Monday to Friday, that he has set us into this day. Yes, a day to do what is right as he has called us to do to make his society better. We can help but bless God, the God who watch over us. Yes, we are grateful to him. It's another day. So we can't help but start this way. I know who holds tomorrow. Nobody but God, who holds today and tomorrow. Grateful we are before we came. Gray, Maryland County, Bobby Gibson, Doe Community, Alice Williams, District 10, Emmanuel Bro, USA, Bowie Sutherland, Jeremiah Labla, FDA Community, Joy Bless, Fifth Kevin Bappin, Nima United, Philip Tukpa, Dallas, Texas, Silva Washington, Broville City, Moses Ricks, Kissy Kemp, Johnsonville, Daniel Kendiman, Stanley Sheriff, Musa A. Sheriff, Congo Town, Morris Gray, ELWA Rehab Community, Bill Freeman, Ninankuya, Augustine Wisa Magibi, that's Mam Buckley, Lower Mam Buckley, Clady Allison, Delaware, USA. Ibrahim Addison, GSA Road. Fofana King, Kogbe Widow, Kakata Magibi County, Gete, Do Community. Willem K. Sumawolo, good to have you on. Prosper Quillon, United Nations Drive. Jonathan Bola, Patricia Zia Office. Usman Saul, Gala Street Business Center. Joan Momolu, the same place. Jonathan Bola, that's Willem Massaquoi, Pennsylvania, USA. Alfred Doe, Jackson C. Poning Iron Factory. Orita Jikla, Morovia. My dear sister, Orita Sunday Way Choir. The chairman himself, Roma Rico, Kenny Bar, or Latupan, Forshaw. All of you great people, welcome. The chairman for life, one and only chairman, the reference point chairman. Yes. Thank you all for coming on. I appreciate all of you great people. Stay with clear heart. Harbor nothing against people. Concoct no evil against people. Stay calm. Stay cool. Lead a life of clear heart. Do not concoct anything against people simply because you want position, you want power, you want wealth, you want fame. It's just a matter of time with confession that you are brought to the ground. 1 Samuel 2:6 is evident. Let's get started with events unfolding out of Liberia. West African leaders are calling for united action to protect democracy and the rule of law in the region. Speaking in Nigeria at an event marking the Economic Community of West African States Parliament's 25th anniversary, the one that the region cannot withstand the growing threats it faces. Sierra Leone's President Julius Bio, who chairs ECOWAS, highlighted recent threats to democracy, including military coups in Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger, and Guinea, as well as the attempted coup and ongoing instability in Guinea-Bissau, as urgent signs that action is needed. Marabia urged ECOWAS member states to take strong, coordinated steps to confront the challenges facing democracy in West Africa. 15 European countries have called on the Tanzania government to release bodies of people who were killed during the October-January elections to their families and also free all political prisoners. In a joint statement, the EU delegation, the British High Commission, the Canadian High Commission, and several European embassies said they had credible reports of extrajudicial killings, disappearances, arbitrary arrests, and hidden bodies. Members of the European Parliament have called for sanctions against Tanzania, condemning the arrest of opposition leader Tundu Lissu amid reports of kidnapping and killings. President Samia Suluhu Hassan was announced as the election winner with over 98% of the vote. South Africa says it will temporarily withdraw from the G20 activities after the United States, the current rotating president, confirmed that Pretoria would not be invited. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio repeated accusations that the South African government discriminates against white Africano minority. In response, the government announced that South Africa will sit out the 2026 G20 meetings and return when the presidency passes to Britain following a year. South Africa is a founding member of the G20, which brings together the world's major economies. New International Monetary Fund data shows that Egypt, Ivory Coast, and Kenya have the longest loan balances in Africa, followed by Angola, Ghana, and the Democratic Republic of Congo. Ethiopia, Cameroon, Tanzania, and Zambia also rank high, reflecting growing debt pressures as those countries seek support for stability and reforms. The International Monetary Fund became a major development partner with funding programs to help countries revive their economies after the COVID-19 pandemic. However, many have experienced strenuous fiscal situations as repayments and interest rates, leaving very little for eternal uses and development, forcing the countries into unsustainable debt situations. And the United States has launched a full review of its relationship with Tanzania, citing concerns over religious freedom violations, curbs on free speech, and violence surrounding October's disputed elections, in which President Samia Suluhu Hassan was declared the winner with more than 98% of the vote. The United States warned that recent government actions endanger American citizens and threaten long-standing economic and security ties. The review could lead to targeted sanctions, reduced military cooperation, cuts to development aid, and visa restrictions on senior officials. The U.S. government is Tanzania's largest bilateral donor, providing over $600 million a year. The African Union and the Southern African Development Community (SADC) have both voiced their concern, with SADC urging President Hassan to halt repression and reopen political space. Those are some of the developments unfolding in Liberia. Let's get to developments here in this country. If you are a Christian or not a Christian, the reason I'm saying it this way because Christians have their book, every religion, every system have their book. The Quran is to Islam as the Bible is to the Christian, as well as the other systems, religion, whatever. As a Christian, I see lines, and those lines, they are assuring lines. It takes a person who knows God's personality. Often in our society and around the world, people say, know God for yourself. But that is empty when you cannot actualize the lines. It is difficult because the lines are just lines. It is only faith that brings God as a person in that. It takes a person who actually understands God's personality. Here is one of several lines that, as far as I know, characterizes George Weah. Weah's character had been not to say back to people, to react, to be retaliatory, to be unruly, to be confrontational. And because he doesn't show those kinds of undesirable acts, he is branded by people outside and even some people within his political party as being weak. People, when he was in power, people said all manner of things against him. And even some people within his government believe those things that were being said against him, against his government by the outsiders. just how it was with Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King was weakened along the way because people from within his movement did not truly believe, yet they were questioning him. They were calling some of his actions as irrelevant, unresponsive, not timely. Some of them defected. When I look at Martin Luther King's entire space in his revolution and put George Weah beside him, you come to see a unique typology that George Weah and Martin Luther King in their respective revolution share, if not all, but many of the characteristics. It is hard in leadership when things are happening around you, coming from outside and people within. No leader would sit and say there's nothing wrong with that. There were times that Weah got discouraged. There were times that he strengthened himself. He consoled himself just as David consoled himself when David was faced with a leadership crisis. There were times that he had to sit independently and exclusively and take independent decisions. There were times that he listened to his advisors. Ultimately, everything that was being said about him, grave, which put the international community against him. I support the international community against him because most part of the international community, even the United States, believe what was being said leads to talk about the people in his own land. Please, if you are a Christian and you believe in God, then you are a man, you are a woman. Then not only will you prosper, but God allow you to see all of the defections that are taking place from George Weah. They got supernatural implications. When God gets ready to clean, when he's ready for his cleansing, he takes off certain people. All of us know, we have seen it all over the time that he reigns with people in different places and different times. He takes people off. When he gets ready, he closes a door. And the reason for closing a door, because he cannot open two doors. He cannot leave two doors open. One has to be closed, and the one that is closed, because it has to be closed, not desirable, and then a new one will open, called a new chapter. George Weah is of the presidency. That chapter is closed. All manner of things are being said, but it is for a purpose. Throughout, George Weah will remain silent. Not that he can talk, not that he doesn't have the ability, not that he cannot call the media, not that he cannot speak to a given news agency, not that he cannot come home and call a news conference, not that he cannot agitate people, not that he cannot radicalize the atmosphere as it was yesterday. Everything unto him to do. But everybody don't approach the situation the same way. Everybody is human, but everybody different in their dealings. God is human. God remains in his person, but he's dealing with us individually and situationally different. The methodology he will use For John Josiah, it is not the same methodology he will use for Cynthia Moses, but he is the same God. That same God said, when you are confronted, George Weah, with internal crisis, don't get vexed. It will hurt you. It will pain you. It will frustrate you. It will break you down, but it will not upset your plan because you are human. Moreover, I will be with you. They will take you through death, the path of death, but it will just be a valley. Though they will want to take you through death, but it will just be a valley of death, meaning just a shadow. No wonder we heard over the weeks, and that was sustained for pretty close to 3 weeks, Unity Party people were hoping George Weah's death. God made it clear again, George Weah, this is not all. You're going to face more and more. But this is what I want you to do. Just remain steadfast. And in the fullness of time, I will make everyone to confess. Every one of those who accuse you, who lie on you, they will confess one by one. Please read with me Isaiah 54:7. Isaiah 54:7 says, no weapon forged against you will prevail, and you will refute every tongue that accuses you. No weapon forged against you, meaning plan, will prevail, meaning will not happen. And you will refute every tongue that accuses you. Isaiah 54:7, and there are several others. This is the basis of why I'm here today. Then this line summarizes everything. It is found in the New Testament from the man who faced worse situation than George Weah. His situation was political, was religious, was societal, was just everything. So he wasn't strange to what George Weah is going through. But he kept silent. They accused him, just as they accused Weah. They brought grave accusations against him, just as they brought grave accusation against George Weah. And this man was terrified. This man was down, but he got consolation by assurance from the God who sees everybody, who knows everybody, who searches everybody's heart. He kept his silence, just as George Weah has kept his silence. And when you are keeping your silence in the midst of barrage of accusations, from earthly perspective, people will weigh in and say, you did it, you died, you did. There where you find yourself between the rock and the hard place. But persistent innocence with a clear conscience, God comes to exonerate you. That's what he's meant when he said in Romans 12:19, avenge not yourself, but rather give place unto wrath, for it is written, vengeance is mine, I pull out confession. I force people into confession, and I will repay. When we're telling you people about George Weah character, listen, you people wouldn't believe. When you are accused and you are innocent, don't worry. Don't mind what people will say, whichever way they say. Just a matter of time before God put out confession. They felt that they were doing something good. Take it or leave it. Unity Party is very wicked. Unity Party is Satan's kingdom. And it is just a matter of time before those who concocted, those who devise devilish plans against an innocent George Weah, a human, see the wrath of God. I am told, and I have seen it. That is why the very God told us that he hates lying lips. One, that he punishes the hearts and the hands that devise evil against an innocent person. Unity Party. And whether people, you can consider my own professionalism, you can take it as bias, you can take it as raw, whichever way you want to describe it, it is up to you. But this is not, I am not giving any specific, I am being general, that Unity Party people are very wicked to the core. Very wicked. It's just a matter of time before you start to experience your calamity. We are told by God in Isaiah that those who devise evil, he uses the very devil that they use to come against an innocent soul to destroy them. What that line simply means, when you use the devil to destroy a person, God uses that same devil to destroy you. That's how it works. Unity Party is devilish. Unity Party is satanic. Unity Party is evil. After doing all of those things against George Weah, they were still not satisfied. And they still not satisfied. They broke down the headquarters. The first thing, they went there in the night and said they were tracing George people. They wanted to infiltrate the compound at the time with all their armed men all over the place. You go up, you kind of wonder like you're not. Unity Party wants George Weah die. But listen, everyone who are watching, every Unity Party person who is digging Weah's downfall, just as Joseph brother dug the hole for him and he jumped over it, so is Weah jumping over your hole, and you people will go on the ground before George Weah. Some of you, your wives, your children, your husband, whatever within that Unity Party, you will feel the wrath of God because of your devilish heart. Yeah, is it? It's just a matter of time. The devil that you use that to come against your colleague, an innocent soul, God uses that same devil to go against you. It's just a matter of time. You will see. God has started that they'll confess one by one. We had the first confession from Darius Dillon. Did we not? We had the first confession from Darius Dillon. Darius Dillon said it was a vow, a resolution that any nominee from George Weah, they will ensure that that person was not confirmed. And it did not happen. Beyond that, we heard other things that Unity Party planned. Fast forward, their man made a confession Nobody forced him. Nobody forced him to say. Nobody forced him. He saw lie and innocence. The lies, the bunch of lies, the bunch of evils that he has seen led him to confess. He said everything they did against George Weah was a lie. It was a make-up. It was a smoke screen. Everything, according to him, everything said, to quote him word for word, everything said back then was a lie. All the deaths of the auditors and the 3 missing boys were propaganda we used against George Weah. They made the family of Gifty Lama and the rest of the people to hold grudge against George Weah. Those people prior to this man's confession, those people said awful things, all of their family members. You think this is a joke? This is not a small thing. All of the family members, down to the children, believe that George Weah killed their husbands and wives. And they, as the bigger ones, as well as the children, they held it against George Weah before this confession. The family, the children, they held it within their psyche, within their soul, bone, marrow, flesh, spirit. They saw George Weah as their enemy. The auditor families, because these Unity Party people made the people to believe that George Weah killed them. The Batwin, Yensua people and all those stuff. The man said everything was a lie. Here the next line that he put out. Somebody died of pressure or sugar. We say it was George Weah. Meaning, what he was simply saying by this expression, somebody died of pressure or sugar, we say it was George Weah, that everybody who had a natural medical problem and died, they would pass through the family to say, oh, look, this is a situation that I made George Weah. No reason why you will see dead body on the street. As soon as they see dead body on the street, they say that George Weah. Oh, the police killed that one. That George Weah police. Oh, that George Weah this. Oh, that George Weah that. They made the international community. They made the United States government. They made the U.S. Congress their puppet of a Congress. I say it this way because every now and then they have one other guy, I don't know how to call him. Every now and then he will issue a statement. Oh, they want this, they want that. Then you see the video. I don't know whether it's Jerome video or Jim video. I don't know the difference between them because they're videos. The one that was on Spoon Talk all the time. They knew within themselves that George Weah did not do those things. But because they were being supported by Unity Party, they allowed themselves to be used as surrogates. They are now shamed and confessing. Here's the other line. He said, the attacks on CDC were systemic and coordinated, meaning it was something that was organized. It was a system driven. It was a system organization. It was a syndicate. What that means is all Unity Party people, and all of us, we had a meeting, we organized it, we planned it well, how it will be executed. We made sure that we have people within George Weah bedroom to be giving us information about him. We have people within the executive mansion corridor. And here is how you people on the ground should be. As we're talking about the auditors, we're talking about the 3 missing boys, you people on the ground should be having press conferences and demanding the living bodies of the 3 missing boys. It just take a careful go back into the past and watch the press conferences called by several of these people, Unity Party people led by Mo Ali. You hear them talking about the 3 missing boys. The government must produce the 3 missing boys and all of that. Then they heighten it to the extent that the 3 missing boys were Simoses. Then what happened? They made sure, they said that Simoses was in cahoot with George Weah. Not only that, they went and said that George Weah sodomized. This one now, they have the bravest among them called Henry Costa. He now, after he received his own money, he would sit on his platform and say, George, we are sodomized the 3 boys. At one point, they said the 3 boys were at Simoses. That when you saw the people wanted to go to Simoses and burn it, that the government sent security or send the police there to barricade the area. Then they came again and said, if it is not true, why they have police at the funeral home? Why they sending police there? That Unity Party. People will say, oh, the new propaganda. That was not propaganda. Unity Party wanted to see war in this country. They wanted to see war. The people planned, according to Stanton, to destabilize George Weah and his government. What other line? What's the other confession line? He said, when a pregnant woman went to give birth, and died in the process, we said George Weah killed her. That was part of the discussion. If a woman goes to give birth, whether JFK or ERWA, wherever, once that person died, say that George Weah. That was the plan. Unity Party people, all of these people who are ministers, the ones that were here, they knew that these things were not true. But they tried to portray it as if it was true because they are against George Weah. Yeah, the other line. He said, the resolution was beat on CDC government, discredit it, and make it unpopular. He said that what was your beat on the CDC government, meaning just lie on them, don't give them a chance to breathe, suffocate them with enough lies, put the lies up as many times. That if they say beat on this person, they're not telling you to tell the person you take rotten papa. It means it's a figurative expression to me. Hit. Give the person no chance to breathe. Give the person no chance to make any clarification. When they attempt to make clarification, and when you hit it on the other side, while they attempting to look on the other side, you hit it on. Just confuse them. Beat on the government. Discredit it. To discredit is to make something immaterial. Make it of less value. And that's how they made the government to be in the eyes of the international community and the very America. I know that for a fact because I heard some of the statements that the US government released. Discredit it, make it unpopular, and make the people to feel frustrated about the hardship. That when you saw them having press conferences, encouraging people, paying people on the ground, they too, the leading protest here and there.
Let me say this. We hold George Manawea responsible when he said the people are doing girlfriend and boyfriend. We're on the show laughing and we beat on George Manawea. When Bati Yanswa died because of the report, we ran with it. Let's be fair. I mean, to be frank though, that's me. The conversation was seriously kill those people. The three missing boys, we agree. Jawea needed a kid. When Jawea, he was accused of building 48 condominiums in his first year going to his second year. Maybe a first year. 48 condominiums. If you can't, I think I'm only 18. 50 the man. May her soul rest in peace. And I always talk to her husband. Unsolved mystery, Albert Peter. Unsolved mystery, Bati Yanswa. I always talk to his family. Our brother, our friend, what's his name? Tattoo. We beat on the government. God will decide one day. You know the party government came to power because of this propaganda. Joey didn't tell us why they're doing there. Why y'all keep that in check. It's a fair game. It's politics. What goes around comes around. But
two things he said before he ended. He said, God there. Then he said, what goes around comes around. Truly, God there. God never sleeps. God repays evil. Every evil you render to a person on earth, except that person has something against you or playing evil against you. Once that person heart is clear, innocent, and you playing evil against that person, and you think that you have succeeded, it's just a matter of time before God destroys you. So yeah, I agree with him, God there. God see everything. Then he ended with, what goes around comes around. Yes. So the same way, we're not praying for the same thing, neither am I telling seditionists to do the same thing, but at least the very people, they exonerated George Weah. The various families now, the various families, you people now, you continue to say that George Weah killed this, George Weah killed this person, George Weah killed. What you people can say now, where you people are presently, and you people listen to your man Stanton. So what can you say now? The family of Gifty, the family of whatever the people, how you people feeling now? Because you people held George Weah in your heart against him. You people believe everything they said. So you tell us how you people feeling and the Gifted Lama family, how they call the other people. You please help me with the name. How you people feeling now? You still believe that George Weah kill your people? You still believe it? You still believe it? The Gifted Lama family, the other people, hearing such from your own man. Any sound, rational person, any God-fearing person, if you people are Christian, you know, you will turn against a unity party. So you see, and you people now have to demand how your relatives die. They said that George Weah killed them. Stanton said that's not true. We want to use that situation because we wanted George Weah out of power. But it was not George Weah. The police came out. The same Gregory Comer, they had a news conference and said, no, the three missing boys, the people went to swim, they got drowned. Somebody go do something way in Tajikistan. Then they took it and said that George Weah killed the three missing boys. Then Stanton came, not Stanton, but Costa. Look at the kind of thing. Look at what the man said. God, Liberia. The man said, we are sodomized the three boys and killed them. God, hey man, chief. You think you can say that kind of thing of a person and you go free? No, you will enjoy, you will get the money. You will think that, oh, people will give you the recognition, but your ending is always nasty. We have seen it. So you know why he do it? He was simply saying, when he said somebody who sodomizes a person, you know who that person is? Judge Weah in his natural self will reduce himself to that kind of nasty thing. For what? Everything, standards say everything, it was planned. It was planned. Everything was planned from within Unity Party out, and they make sure that it was executed according to plan. But thank God Almighty, that's what God meant. When you hear the expression that do not avenge for yourself, leave everything with me in the fullness of time, I will avenge on your behalf. That word yes, so Romans 12:19, the one you see. So when you go ahead to avenge out of anger, vexation, God don't show you, he don't reveal, he don't open. But when you leave it with him, that's what James meant also when James said, when you find yourself in diverse temptations, he said, just count it all joy. It's hard, but know that you have God on your side who will bring out the confession in the fullness of time and exact judgment. All those people now, y'all come outside the family. Y'all come now. Y'all come and confess and ask we are for forgiveness, because they turn you people into stooges. They turn you people into fools. They turn you people into cowards. They turn you people into clowns. They made you people like pawns on the chessboard. What can you people say? What can you people say now? What the family, what you people can say now? You still believe that George Weah killed your family, your relatives, your family, your husband, your wife? You still hold that to be true? Hearing your man, the man said no. All those things that we plan it. Every little thing that we hear, we make sure we put it on George Weah so the government will be unpopular, discredit the government.
Let me say this. We hold George Banner Weah responsible when he said the people are doing girlfriend and boyfriend. We're on the show laughing and we beat on George Banner Weah. When Bati Yanswa died because of the report, we ran with it. Let's be fair. I mean, to be frank, though, that's mean. The conversation was seriously kill those people. The three missing boys, we agree. George Weah needed a kid. Boss, we agree. George Weah needed the three missing boys, we agree. People. The three missing was seriously kill those people. The conversation was seriously kill those people. 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 The three missing boys, we agree. George Weah needed a kid. When George Weah, the three missing boys, we agree. George Weah needed a kid. The three missing boys, we agree. George Weah needed a kid. When George Weah, he was accused of building 48 condominiums in his first year going to his second year. Maybe a first year. 48 condominiums. If you can't, I think I only 18. Gifty the man. May her soul rest in peace. And I always talk to her husband. Unsolved mystery, Albert Peter. Unsolved mystery, Bati Yanswa. I always talk to his family. Our brother, our friend, what's his name? Tattoo. We beat on the government.
So call the family just as you say you always speak to them and tell them what we're doing was not true. George Weah didn't. CDC didn't. We lied to you. You know what it means? You know what it means? You know, the family too. Listen, no disrespect to you people. But if you people are conscious, you people will turn to Stanton and say, look, my man, we want to hear that mess of you. You know that our family was not killed by George Weah. And you may ought to believe that George Weah killed him. What good is your confession today? You rather keep it and stock it up in your closet. They made fun of you people. Now you see what they wanted. They have it now. They wanted to be in power, and they're in power. That's why you see everything going haywire against Joe Walker. Once you plot evil against a person, God can never be on your side. He can never. You will exist, but nothing right will go with you. Nothing. No. God is not alone. He watches everything that happens on the earth. He knows Liberia personally. Every evil you plan, every devilish heart, God does not allow it to go. It's just a matter of time. That is why Joseph Yoma Boaka, you see, they made Boaka to believe too. That's why Boaka has kept the grudge against George Weah, that today he's him now. He ain't got a face to look at George Weah. So, because they know that it was a lie, that's why they stay coming up to play the mind game that we have messed the country up. You can say anything against George Weah again, nobody believe it. Nobody will ever believe it. Stand up, mess you up, stand up, expose you, and there are more coming up. You're sitting there, you're messing the country, or you're killing. You're the Boulevard Palace man there. Look at the kind of report that you're releasing. Look how damning that report is. You murdered the man. Then you're acting like the Sunday hour. Then you came and said that suicide. Oh, the man drank something. Somebody, what? You're a drink person. Then they take you from one end to another, be moving. You drink acid. It damages your system. Your intestine gets rotting immediately. You think anybody stupid here? But I'm blaming you that the CDC people sitting down. They're giving you a free ride. You people having a walk in the park. But that God himself will deal with you people, just as he's dealing with you. He said, here's another line. Let me insert the one, then we go. He said, he and other political actors use ordinary deaths. He and other political actors use ordinary deaths, including natural causes, as tools, as instruments, as the means to sow distrust, meaning to make the government unpopular, to cause confusion. And do you know that some of the CDC people, some of the CDC government officials, sorry, well, if I'm saying it this way, that's why I use the Martin Luther King situation. Some of George Weah people, some of them, even though they were in George Weah government, but they believe some of these things the guys were sending out. So what happened? The atmosphere was that way. But thank God Almighty Weah remained silent all through and kept and trusted his innocence. And that's what led to the confession today. The family, you go now, you call press conferences. And the family, the husband, he had a long dossier. Say how he would do there, he would take the action. Go now, go to the court and say it is established that George Weah killed my wife. You're from, tell the children. With this confession from Stanton, the man who made you to believe, what you people can say now? That's Liberia. That's the kind of culture we have. No reason why Unity Party people, they are embarrassed. When you see Unity Party people avoiding seditions, they're not comfortable that they are unconscious because of what was happening. That's why they say they will stay in power for 9 million years, as if that a personal property. A pastor in Luther Tappe was supporting these things. You know that it was not true, but he was supporting a pastor, man of God. But anyway, they get men of God and they get men of God. And we saw different men of God there. But that's it, though. That's it. So you brace yourselves for more confessions. Yeah. Delon confess. Stand and confess. You hear many confessions all over the place. But let the family now, let the families of those people come out. Let them come out. You people will have to openly apologize to George Weah. If you can't apologize, God himself will struck your families because you people believe it. And you harbor that grudge against George Weah. And Weah knew that he's innocent. He never did anything like that. That's why he kept his cool, his quiet. Unity Party people running all over. The 3 missing boys. We have sodomized those boys. He killed them. He killed Gifted Laman and all the auditors so that they destroy everything. All kinds of things. Just recently, how to call our man, the former chief of officer into an office when he passed off. What they were saying, they said, "Oh, to kill him." The same thing they were doing in opposition. You see that? You see how God gets people? They still have that devilish instinct. So they start saying, "Oh, to kill the man." To kill the man because the man is a possible witness in the economic trial. He destroyed evidence. That's what they were doing in the past. But I'm blaming you that CDC people, because they're feeling getting huge money and properties all over the place now, so they relax. They not get time again. So they're sitting down. They're not holding the government feet to the fire. The government in opposition, Unity Party in at the time, you saw what they did. But you're sitting down. So that when Boaga go sit down to a cabinet meeting, he can say all kinds of things. They sing grudge, going after opposition people, telling the police to go arrest them and get them to jail. The same thing he still have it in mind. You sit down, you enjoy yourselves. If the higher will operate, forget it. 2029 pie, you just leave your own with God. I just serve for George Weah. That's why my focus is only on George Weah, not those sedition supporters. No. You people sat down here, all those things were happening. Some of you never had time to engage those people. But God can fight on behalf of the innocent. God fought on behalf of George Weah. And they confess it. So that's it. My people, let's we left the basket with you, please. Let's remind you. We left the basket with you for a couple of weeks. Yeah, the King Support basket. I think we're back now. We had to take a break because you were keeping the basket. So we had to take a break. And now we are back. We know that you've been dropping. If you have not, please do give us some dollars. Please drop in the basket, the King Support basket. Those of you out of Liberia, the number is on the screen. You're saying it where you are following from, 0555 885 885, and Liberia 0777 017 885. Yeah, for several weeks we thought to slow on it so that you have time to do your lay 1 or 2 turning around, and then in the process you can think about us, then to be every day. So we try to just relax on it that way to give you chance. It's just like a church. When the church have revival today, and then that church will not have revival again, maybe after 3 or 4 or 5 weeks. The reason the pastor can do it like that, so that the members will have time to, collect and use that space, because they got those domestic activities, they got external activities, they got other things. So the pastor will give a month, 1 week, a month, 2 week space. So the next time they call it a revival, you see that the people are pouring in. That's when they can say, oh yeah, we're going to that revival. But the church that can call revival every day, the church can be empty because the people say, oh no, man, we ain't get it. We ain't get it. So we gave that space. We gave that space so that you so the basket is back here. Yeah, drop, please. Whatever you can drop, you drop it in the basket. Yeah, you can even drop King's FM season in the basket. What the people can say in Liberia, can say my Christmas on you. So King's FM Christmas. Oh yeah, you drop King's FM Christmas in the basket. Yeah, yeah. Oh, you drop our Christmas. Yeah, please. You drop our Christmas in a basket. 0555 885 885. 0777 017 885. You drop our season in a basket. Let's read a couple of comments. This is the only thing we have today that I had to drop the second. I wanted to look at something human interest, but this overshadowed everything. Matthew Choloplay writes, if Liberian people can come together and ask President Weah for forgiveness, that country called Liberia will continue to suffer. Bokolochie say Sweden embassy closing in Liberia. Philip Tugba writes, they will confess, then eat their own flesh and drink their own blood. Jonathan Sanswool, Mr. Bwaka and his followers are evil, but the wrath of God beat them all. Tobasi, the Unity Party and Bwaka came to power on lies, spreading dangerous lies. Today, Bwaka is enjoying glory, prestige, and power. You were wrong by forcing this core heartless. Emmanuel Broer says, thank God Almighty that Stanton Waterspoon has confessed that he and the UP government financially supported by lying that ex-president Weah and his CDC government killed the 3 missing boys and the auditors. On that one, Matthew Choloplay writes, I don't blame Stanton. Even those international community people believe all the lies, and that other useless senators in New Jersey believe all those lies against George Weah government. Jean McBorough, and he said it's politics. Yeah, that's what he said. He said that's politics. Benson Derry Victor, those people are evil because JMB said that he would dance with the devil to become president. Okay, Jean McBorough, Jerome Verdier, okay. So the one that is in regime speaker office is James Verdier. All right, I won't forget. That one that was on Spoon Talk all of the time, Jerome Verdier. All right. Thank you, Jean. All right. So let's take a few calls and then we are out for today. It is the weekend. We thank God Almighty for keeping us from Monday to Friday. But let me go with this. I just received this from my colleague Compton. I think it's worth listening to. They say the guys putting money everywhere for their headquarters. God in heaven is a good God, a wonderful, knows how to expose people. There is nothing they accuse their colleagues of yesterday they are not doing today. So they say they having their stuff. Well, listen to this thing. What is it? Okay, let me try to get it clear. Yeah, it's not too clear, but it's on the same party something. I think it's about soliciting money. Yeah, something like that. All right, let's take a few calls while I try to get it in a proper soundable condition. 0772 23 99 33, 0886 30 44 97, 0777 980375. Hello.
Hi, brother.
I'm doing fine. Thank God Almighty.
Thank you. This is Austin where I speak to you from the 15.
Yeah,
Hello?
Austin, you are on the air. Speak. People waiting.
Okay, this is Austin from the 13. You know, I'm shocked with all of the how to call it, confession that is coming from these guys. But you know, as you said, that you not blame it's only the sedition because the ruling party will sit and this thing happen and nothing happen to go after these people. Nothing at the other kind are happening at that time. But however, the confession that is coming, more will come in. And why you said, I think God himself will intervene and punish those guys, even the one that is speaking today to announce all of these things. His punishment will be more greater than any other because they sat on their platform and lied to the Ghanaian people. And the people that died, their parents need to stand up now to engage those people who lied to them. And even we are being apology for all of them. Thank you.
All right. Hello?
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Last day I listened to them. He was confessing. He was on the side.
You may already confess. Just state your position. We heard that. That's why we talk it.
Yeah. And Gray was dealing with them yesterday. God will punish them. All of them that did it. That's why God said, be peaceful. The man left them and they were doing their thing. He only a more to come.
All right. Hello? Hello?
How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing fine.
Yeah, thank you very much for the show. My name is Abraham. You might have come from Peter Police. You see, the United Party is a sophisticated liar and tell my friends, I said people know how to lie. So they do all those lies, even when you're talking the truth, people will not want to listen to you. They get people in this country, and I can tell them, I said people, they are evil people, they don't love this country. They have destroyed the country, destroyed what we are saying, everything is destroyed, I didn't want to destroy it, everything is built, that we don't want to build it. And it is true. They were doing those lies, all the development that are going on. I'm not talking about one of them, but they lie against the government. They thank God that God will be able to punish them by their own confession. The confession they're doing, not doing it for God to forgive them. Oh, punish them for those lies that they lie against the government, making the country to go backward. Thank you very much for the show.
Hello.
Good afternoon, Andrew.
Good afternoon.
Calling from Johnson Day. Thank you very much, my brother, for the topic afternoon. You know, my brother Andrew, the people are there. Well, in Nepal, last people and last international president, we are KJP, Rama, and Arame. Let me tell you, they are very enough. They will not come and apologize to President. We are because they are working in the government. KC Lama family working, husband working in the government. The other men working, the other men, woman working in the government. They want to 8 years that day when they were launching to 8 years market. They come with Boaka, when you know they say go Bugatti, so they want influence. So they will not come talk because they shame. So they supporting the government and they want people in their face and like they will kill the people. They laugh. So they will not talk. They will not apologize to President Wia. But as you said, what is said with for President Wia? The people that laugh today, they show you that how they laugh, nothing the draw warrior today. We fought one another, we kill each other, they still laugh. And I still laugh, they still people forget about what saying the people, they will not vote for the people there. But they laugh of President Wia, like they will fall on their laugh. They people what will put a worker and minister there, what will put them, we get people for people power. They will be put in the country, they will compare more than that before they become power. Thank you very much.
Hello.
Yeah, hello, Sir Andrew.
Hello.
Yeah, my name is Josh Kafua. I'm calling from Providence, Mokonkono. Yeah, Sir Andrew, that's something I want you to know. Tomorrow will be the Ghana people marching tomorrow. The government, just a government that, you know, they follow all type of topic. Tomorrow, the Ghana people will be marching tomorrow. The how can they just decided to find a day? Set the day of the Ghana people fighting. People will be leaving from everywhere tomorrow to come and march. Tomorrow we'll be doing photo, we'll be doing video on the poor bosses there to tell the Liberian people that people are training for their program, and which of course will not be true.
My man, I talk about no Unity Party rally and people going there tomorrow, man. You follow the trend of the discussion. Nobody do that thing on my show again. Oh. If you don't follow the show, you just come in and you won't call. You say something that won't. Well, no, don't bother yourself. Follow the trend of the discussion. That hard talk show goes all over the world. Something that when you say, then you bring it. It's about having their son and so what? That I'm on focus. Hello. Yeah. Let's hear you.
They will confess. Anyone why they did inside a poor Vianney, and they will be that way. They not to pray. They never do nothing to them. They don't all over. We pray you, no pray over the young after that for nothing. After God, yes, that who said that any favor they care we are doing. Any go, they will come out, they will big confession. Thank you, Omen.
Oh, you went off. The man's line went off. You can try it again. Let's go. Hello.
Good afternoon, Mr. Andrews.
Good afternoon.
Thank you, Mr. Andrews. I'm Spencer Mohammed. I call from Apopo Konon, down Coast Spoon Hill, Winter Community. Mr. Andrews, we will hear more of the conventions. And no, the most one that will stand still in the span of Unity Party will be when Beckett Koduba begin to speak out, because he just gave a press conference. He said he's going to speak out after 2 months from now. Those things we will hear more. But you know what those things are happening, Mr. Andrews? All these guys are taking back because President Weah is in America, and the fear is President Weah is going to be meeting with Donald Trump, and it's going to be a disaster for their government. That's why you are seeing them, those who are considered this thing, they are trying to exonerate themselves. Because when President Weah to have meet Donald Trump, all those who put us in this calamity that we find ourselves in, their name will be on the list and they will be haunted in America. So that's why Senator Waterspoon is playing his part to accelerate himself. I want to tell you, Senator, you have already created the damage, and there's no way that you will be accelerated. All of you will feel the wrath of what you brought upon us. Thank you very much, Mr. Andrews, for always giving us the opportunity to make our voice on national issue. Austin, I have called your number, but I'm not getting you. Please try to call me, Austin. Thank you very much.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
I always say, is it everything?
Change your location. Your line cracking. Change your location from where you are. Your line is cracking. Change your location. Not understanding what you're saying. Hearing voice, but not understanding. So, Unity Party President Joseph Yima Boakai has returned to the country, currently at the airport trying to disembark his plane. Hello?
Hello.
Yep.
Is this Andrew?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm Patrick Kamara calling from Broadview, which is St. DC Road, VAC. Yeah. For what you have just said, is they thought they were doing it to the people of Liberia, that is those that are behind George Weah, but now God is defeating them. They will see that you are seeing that they are not finding their way out. Everything that you were saying against George Weah has turned against them. Dragon has taken place against them. So God will continue to revenge on behalf of George Weah. Whatsoever they say, they will go against them. They will go against their children upon children. The lie they committed against George Weah, they will go against them. They will go upon their children upon children. That's my point.
All right. So the pro-Unity Party newspaper now, or all the newspapers, something small, they will run with it. So you're run with Stanton Confession. Now, why you're holding back on it? The Liberian Investigator newspaper carry it. You should have it in all of your papers. The reason why you ain't want to carry it because you're getting support from the government. You think that you should not do that, but continue. Only the Liberian Investigator newspaper carry that and read the paper's analysis. The Liberian Investigator is right in its presentation from a nationalistic, patriotic standpoint. The rest of the people ignore it as a, but that if it was against George Weah, against the CDC government, you have seen it in almost all the papers because they feed on no disrespect, but this is what we see. That is a hard news. That is a catchy story. All of us, we know what news is. Why the rest of the papers, they refuse to carry that confession? Only the Liberian investigator took it. But if they had said George Weah did this, or George Weah doing the one in America, George Weah doing this, they want this, they want that, you have seen it as headline in almost all of the papers and almost all the online newspaper platforms. But let's see. Where is, okay, we'll get to that. Let's go on this side. This guy been on for a while. Hello?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, man. You know, we give God the glory because more of these things will come out. Because what the Unity Party did to us, you know, they divided family, they divided friends. That people that, especially the three missing boys, you know, the Robert Blammo, the Junior Blammo, very close George Weah friend. Then the whole funny thing about it, Robert Blammo and his children were professional mechanics because Robert Blammo died now. So they were the ones that were working on all the Moses cars, motorbikes, everything. They're the ones that were responsible to work on it. So when the things happen, how come you allow the government to, the Unity Party to infiltrate? One of their sisters, Josephine Blammo, I was telling him and some mother, because I have a child from that family. I was telling him, I said, but why are you telling your sister now? Can your sister go back because she ran away from CDC and believed that George Weah killed her brother, Junior Blammo. You see what Unity Party put there to us? You see what they did? So now we are calling on them now. See, they still coming from the very people that told you people say, oh, that what happened. Now it's clear now. What you do now, you go, you apologize so that God can help you because the guys didn't just, or they are not just telling them today what really happened in the past. They told them the engineer a money interplay so they're going to be able to sit back and allow them teach the character or President Weah. How do you do that when I see that day? Sarah Ma said, wow. If I went to to say he deeply died the boys, you know. So they take all that. But today we are here. The confession are coming out because God is fighting them on a daily basis. They can't have peace. They can't sleep in peace. They can't rest in peace. When the control see President, we are moving around. They can't rest in peace. So whatever they have to do to come out to confess all that they did against Liberia. It was against Liberia, you know, against George Weah. So thank you, man. We hope they'll be able to do the right thing. Robert Blammo, Junior Blammo, whatsoever you are, your soul rest in peace. Thank you.
Hello.
Hello, Senadu.
Yep.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, this is Wilson Sabato calling for Jikotan Ria.
Let's hear you.
I'm see you're talking. Are you coming to life? We'll not get to 2026. Confession coming. Tell you go always be with you and God will bless you. Tell get you know that hearing but she didn't say anything. But they say, oh, that's because of that. I got waiting for that man. When you're making noise now, when you come out, you say, I think you're causing noise for here now coming to clear. The man you come when you say confessing, who will not confess? Thank you so much. Let God bless you always. Let God bless you. Let God be with you. Have a very weekend. In Jesus' mighty name.
Amen. Hello.
Good afternoon, Mr. Andrew.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, this is Jerry King, and I joined you from residence afternoon. You see, when I listened to that program last evening, I said to myself, God is working. So for you guys to sit here and make the whole world to believe that George Weah is a kind of evil person. This is the man who don't even have the mind to kill his mind. I explained that with President Weah when we went to compound number 3. After we entered the town,
that this door I keep running towards me and I kick the door. So he had it on my shoulder and said, oh my man, you don't keep the door like that. I don't know, King, this door came with the intention maybe to bite you or so. And you are the only one that will protect me here. So when anything happens to you, we all, we will be confused and will not achieve what we want to achieve. So they know, remember, go over the door, just bring that door, let me see the door. I ran in the town looking over the door, we didn't see the door nowhere around. You must see the door not around. So for this kind of man, for somebody to say like, he just going to be killing everybody, even Yusuf Badi Israel, for somebody that job we are assisted along the way, through the academic sojourn. Alright? So for somebody to think that someone who job we are help, you will be the one to come and kill that person. I mean, these are some terrible lies that the party told the Liberian people concerning Mr. Weah and that of the CDC-led government. But all we can say, for himself will deal with the people at his own demonstration as the way he has already started making them to openly confess. And we're calling on our Peter to come on now. I mean, now our Peter about giving Lama husband. So come on now to go and tell the government that you people lie when you guys are in opposition on Georgia about the death of my wife. Even what they said, Georgia said, what do women and men business? I lie.
All right.
Georgia said, if they were even for women and men business, nobody has the right to take away another life.
All right, Chief. Thank you. Hello.
Yeah, hello, Uncle Sir.
Yeah.
This is Rose Datu calling from Front Street. Uncle Sir, you are saying all today. And God will judge the people. God will judge them one by one. Every tongue that went against our president, God will judge them. God will condemn the tongues there. Because I can remember the three message boys there, Darrell Didomo, all into A. All into A. How he went visited there, he telling the people to protest and this and that. Can you imagine? They had a course they used to go to these very funeral homes there and ask the people if any dead body there that don't have family, they will go and give small money and take the bodies there and throw them in the street and lie on the president. And now our president say, yeah, our president going to killing the people there, but God will judge them. God will judge them one by one. And I didn't want to confuse them running up and down. They know they're starting on the enemy. Thank you for having given me this time.
Hello.
Mr. Angel, how are you?
I'm good, and you?
My name is Momo calling from Fenatengo. Yes, I'm saying thank you for the program. But that three basin boys, if the brother or sister or the mother don't can remember, when the party won, they said, oh, we're going to bring that case back. And the police director, when he said the case is over, it's true, the children live in the water. And the other one again, the president came on, Mr. Bala came and said, no, I'm going to bring a case back. So I don't know when I have far. So if the family can think with all the revelations that are coming on now, let them think about what happened after the war, 2013, 2014, and 2022, 2023. What came on, what Mr. Baka said, what the police director said, and let them look at the confession now that coming. Let them think and look between the lines, because what happened that what God is revealing. God not coming here to kind of stand in front of you to talk, but God said, a young man will see vision and an old man will dream. So they must see as a human being themselves and calculate that all this thing is about power. It's about money. It's about somebody who was suffering down the line. They wanted power almost to death. That's why they were doing anything that they could do. So we are going to Ambassador. Your government did not pay any of our family. It was calculated by people that wanted to get power, wanted to get money. It will be fun for everyone of us to do it. Because now, with all this sound, it can come to you as a human being. You can think, so, oh, why the government should go and say, you know what, the case have been over. Then later on, the president come and say, you know what, I'm going to bring the case back. Later on, the police are saying, but we are finished saying about the case, or we are finished talking about it. So it confuse somebody is confusing. You are African show. Spirit are confusing them. So my family, you let please have mercy upon one another. You come to George, we are to Mr. We are, President we are. Mr. We are, your government did not do anything to our family. It's their turn. As for all Muslims, if it happened that God is showing this son, we say we leave it to you tomorrow. Mashallah, we will bother them. And that family, You can be Christian, you can be Muslim, you have a belief, my brother. Be faith as a man, like woman to say, oh,
all right, Chief, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. You gave enough time. Hello.
Good evening, Andrew.
Yes.
Yeah, this is Steve Mr. Ben calling from the Japanese Freeway. Yeah, say Andrew, these people have already caught up with them. They have already caught up with them. Do you notice Joseph Walker left now in the presidency? Joseph Walker left is already there. That is the sin that he carries. I tell you, look at Walker coming out of the plane, going in the plane, left is always in the pocket. That is the sin that he already carries. Let me give you information right now. Jeremiah Kuhn, our current president, last year get problem.
Chief, talk what I talk. I'm here to tell other person. Hello.
Hello, brother.
Yeah.
Are you coming on?
Yeah, fine.
Okay. I thank you for your God will bless your children. You know, I've been wishing to get a normal job. When send the program been under my first time calling you. And the one that you're doing is we give everything to God. If I tell you when I listened into my house from 2005, then voting for job where I never get job and I think about job. I do my business, I'm satisfied with it. But whatsoever people have been saying about the young men that I don't know nothing about it, God will punish them one by one. God will punish them what they have been doing. Innocent men that he think to clean this country, to become good country, the test against him, the play evil, God will arrest them, God will punish them. God will make sure that we will kind of hold you for better my war. You will see before the year end. You will see what will happen. You will see the enemy will take a fight to show where you will beat you. That one will need to say about you. That one will need to straight evil against you. I try to reach out to that village, but I will take my own time before the year end. I will reach you all. Yeah.
All right. Okay, Chief.
Copy with you and Abraham and whosoever that working in our village season. Sometimes when something is going on, I can sit here and say, oh my brother, then that copy with them. In the night, in the day, in the minute, just go open door for them, just go cover them with the blood of Jesus. I thank you that you are taking my call today. That the village season written no more, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Again, I come through it, yeah?
All right.
Yeah, copy with you.
Amen. Thank you. Hello.
Hello. Andrew.
Hello. Fine.
Thank you. Thank you for the. But what I want to do
I'm not understanding you. What kind of phone you using? You're not clear. Hello? All right. Hello? Hello? Chief, you're not answering? All right. You did well. Let's have this break. Since you can answer, let's have this break. Real Talk, Kings 88.5. Let's start with the position of the Secretary General of the Congress for Democratic Change, Jefferson Koji, which has stirred up the Unity Party, the Anti-Corruption Commission, LHCC. Here's the caption. A gang of thieves and state looters, 21.8 million in the name of a single individual. And this is the lead story of Front Page Africa. The two standout papers on the newsstand today, 3, Front Page Africa, The Liberian Investigator, and The Independent. This is what Jefferson Koji said that angered the Liberian Anti-Corruption Commission. Yesterday, I revealed how Unity Party regime has been siphoning public funds through 3 state institutions, the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission, LHCC, the Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation, LWSC, and the Liberia Petroleum Refining Company, LPRC, to bankroll a politically staged December 6 mobilization program. Over 1.3 million United States dollars has already been dispersed under this deceptive showmanship project, while our nation sinks deeper into unemployment, unbearable economic hardship, and unfulfilled promises. President Bouakai vowed to increase civil servant salary, yet teachers, nurses, and security officers continue to live on crumbs, struggling to feed their families as the cost of living suffocates the poor. Today, I add another piece of evidence to the pursuit of corruption, a check from LHCC itself, issued for $21.8 million Liberian dollars to a single individual. Imagine that. The very body created to fight corruption is caught in the act of aiding it, instead of mustering the courage to investigate the mysterious 10 million presidential villa rising in Ilfoya, the hometown of Mr. Bouakai. The LHCC has chosen to hurriedly issue a defensive press release attacking me for daring to expose the truth. If the commission can find the energy to defend power, but not the integrity of the Liberian people, then it has already failed its mandate. What justification exists for building a luxury palace in Foya, while hospitals lack basic drugs, schools lack decks, and public workers await salary arrears? This is not governance. It aids government consumed by pageantry and political theater, while the people starve. They have abandoned leadership for luxury, stewardship for self-interest. But no regime built on deceit has ever survived the truth, and this one will be no exception. To the young people of Liberia, stay awake, stay courageous, stay hopeful. We have survived the 27-year Totmo era, the scars of dictatorship, and decades of deception. This, too, shall pass. The deficit of incumbency will always conquer the false power of incumbency. Why all of a sudden, just on the heels of a UP December 6 rally, individuals are receiving huge chunks of money here and there? The truth cannot be silenced. The nation will rise again. It did not go down well with the LACC. They issue a long statement to that effect. They reacted swiftly to Mr. Koji response, or opposition rather. Hear what the LACC said about what Mr. Koji, the Secretary General of the Congress for Democratic Change, wrote about Unity Party ditching out money. The Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission, LHCC, categorically rejects and condemns the baseless, misleading, and politically motivated allegations made by Mr. Jefferson T. Koji against the commission. It is unfortunate and deeply regrettable that an individual who once occupied a position of public trust will intentionally mislead the Liberian people with false narratives created or crafted to incite public confusion. Mr. Koji's assertion regarding alleged diversion of public funds and payments purportedly made under the banner of December 6 mobilization are entirely false, reckless, and unsupported by any factual basis. The LACC has made no such payments, has engaged in no such scheme, and has never participated or endorsed any illicit financial activity as alleged. The Commission operates under strict legal, administrative, and financial procedures, all subject to internal controls, external audits, and the law. Any insinuation that LACC is part of a criminal network or political patronage system is not only false, but a deliberate attempt to drag the integrity of institutions of state into public theater. The LACC remains committed to its mandate, investigating acts of corruption without fear or favor, upholding the standards of transparency and accountability, safeguarding public trust or interest through lawful and professional conduct. We call on the public, international partners, and stakeholders to disregard Mr. Koji's fabrications and rely on verified information from credible institutions. The Commission will not be deterred by calculated attempts to undermine its work and will remain focused on serving the Liberian people with integrity. Any individual with limited evidence of corruption is encouraged to follow the appropriate legal channels and present credible information, not propaganda, in the interest of justice and the rule of law. The truth cannot be distorted by political desperation. The LACC stands firm, focused, and unshaken. Right. What's the next one? What's the next one I should share with you? Then the Independent. I want you to look at the Independent newspaper. The headline, so true, the reality. The Independent newspaper, right? This is today's edition of the Independent newspaper. The Independent newspaper. This is the headline of the Independent newspaper, presenting the reality. I'm showing you this because I'm about to share with you the reaction from Mo Ali, one of those who will have press conferences calling for the government to produce the 3 missing boys. 16 billion went missing. The government used the money. The auditors. So you see, I am showing you it so you will know. The caption, the headline of the paper: Unity Party poll yesterday, reached today. You see, here is the reason I thought to share this with you. The media, they were successful in getting the media on their side in opposition. They were not successful, or they would not have been successful with those devilish schemes. I don't consider that propaganda. You would consider it propaganda, but I consider it devilish scheme. And that's how God describes those kinds of things. They are not propaganda. They are devilish schemes. That's why he said, so that you may be able to withstand the wiles, the schemes, the tricks, or the deception of the devil. The same media was used yesterday. The media was very helpful to Unity Party. Had it not been for the media, most part of the media, they would not have been successful. They had the media on the side. The same media they had yesterday, the same media is reporting the truth today, because the same media saw that yesterday they were poor. Yesterday they were poverty-stricken. Yesterday they could not afford. Even their president could not afford yesterday. Things were bad off with him. Almost all these people, or majority of these people who are yelling today, President Bouaka, they abandoned him. They were nowhere around him. They could not even rally. They could not do a fundraiser to stay at the Congo Town headquarters. Everything was left with people who were doing the politics on the other side, but was not members of Unity Party. One of them, Heron Costa. Heron Costa was the parent for Joseph Yuma Boakai. Heron Costa was the parent for Unity Party. We know that for a fact because Heron Costa said he was feeding Joe Boakai. He was putting money in Joe Boakai's pocket. He was taking Joe Boakai to hospital when he was sick. He knows exactly Joe Boakai's system, and he told us that Joe Boakai is currently using a pacemaker. He told us also that he provided 60,000. He lobbied. He managed to get 60,000 United States dollars for Unity Party to maintain their headquarters, and Joseph Yuma Boakai took bulk of that money and used it on himself. The same Costa told us that. So the paper, the same media saw what it was yesterday. What is happening now came up with this headline, and then Unity Party people vex. Here is the man who was the spokesperson for Unity Party in the opposition, reacting to everything, condemning everything, questioning everything about George Weah. Here is the same man today is saying damning thing of the media. Yesterday, the media was good because the media was pushing their agenda. The newspapers and their radio stations were pushing against the government then, because those radio stations and newspapers too, they wanted Weah out. They saw Weah as bad man. Even though Weah was sustaining them, Weah was doing more for them, Weah will give them education, Weah will give them life. Some of the media people that have house today, the house of their own, that George Weah, some of them that they can sit, they can boast in the midst of their colleagues that they went to this country, they went to that country, that George Weah. Ellen's time, we saw Ellen will highly tend to any one of those people. Ellen had a group called the Big Fish or Big Fishes. Those were the people that Ellen was sending out of the country. Those were the people that Ellen was carrying along. Weah came, he shifted to the young generation. That's why when I see some of them today, they're saying all manner of things against Weah, and I can say it outright because I saw how they profited. The media was used then. The media today is bad. Here is the Secretary General Mo Ali. He said, he laughed first. Then he said, same thing I said yesterday. These are supposed to be the newspapers that should respect their content and do business with. They sell their integrity for peanuts. This is the paper that he's referring to. He's referring to the Independent newspaper because the paper carried this headline, Unity Party, poll yesterday, rich today. So he got vexed. Had the paper said, Unity Party is going to do a groundbreaking and it's going to be historic, he wouldn't have condemned the paper. Hear him here on his official page. He writes what I've just read to you, and then he attached the paper there. So you see how government people are. You see why you cannot trust them. They use the media as surrogates, and when you stoop so low, you sell your integrity, they look at you and say all manner of things against you. This very Mo Ali and Unity Party, they will use the media. The media was their drum major in executing the plan in the opposition. He condemned He said all manner of things against the media yesterday when he went at Punch FM, second year, which was practically empty. Almost all their officials they invited, nobody, not at that time, or few people. I think it was just graced by PUL people. That tells you that the people tired, but that is not the issue. So he condemned the independent newspaper. Why the paper should come up with this? But is it not the reality, my people? Is it not the reality? Is the paper wrong? Isn't the paper right? The paper is not wrong. Is it not the reality? Did Unity Party have it yesterday? Was Unity Party rich today? Why Mo Ali and the rest of the guy would just be sycophantic? Yesterday you did not have it. Yesterday you did not do a single rally. Yesterday you did not even talk about anything. Even in people in their poor cells, they will still come together and say, let's do something. The little that they have, they will put it together. Then what more about you as a political party? The paper was right. The independent newspaper was right. Yesterday, Unity Party was poor. They were down. They were peasants. They were downtrodden. Their very bossmen could not afford. Who did not know and don't know today that Joseph Boakai in opposition did not have it? You just want to be honest. What are you doing today? You couldn't have done it yesterday. Everybody knows that it is because you're in power now. You say you're having a fundraiser and you're going to raise XYZ amount. Jefferson Koji receives documents. Why he did not name other ministries and agencies but FPRC? And you expect that Amos Twe, who is the Secretary General of Unity Party, will sit over FPRC millions of dollars and don't contribute $5, 5 liberty to Unity Party? Does that make sense? You expect Sekou Doukou, a Unity Party stalwart, will sit over millions of dollars called the Gateway to Monrovia Freeport and not contribute a dime. You expect this state-owned enterprise that Mo Ali sits over as a die-hard UPS will not contribute a dime to Unity Party headquarters construction? How is that? It's not possible. It is not possible in any given way. Moreover, you can't hide anything in this country. This country is not a system-driven country to the extent that you push money around and people will not know. A passing through human being, doing everything. The same thing they were doing. They had people in George Weah system exposing things. Still the same way, people leaking out documents. Not everybody Unity Party people. You have ANC people in various ministries. You have NPC supporters in various ministries. You have like all Liberian supporters in party supporters in various ministries. You have all Liberian People's Party supporters in various ministries. You have seditions in various ministries, even though they try their best to flush all seditions out. So seditions are out. No CDC person working in the government, so we can name them. The rest of the people are party supporters, the other parties. What is happening today? Had it been CDC, these Satanists and these devilish will come all over the place. Why the people not talking today that it is wrong? Why? Why they are not talking that it is wrong? Even Joseph Boakai, who is the president, knows that it is wrong. But as Unity Party, they're in power now. They're in power. They're in power. So they just resign to themselves that the opposition is afraid of them. And that they will do everything broad day and they will justify. And nobody dare do anything. And they are right because the opposition is afraid. The opposition is scared. Yesterday, they were not afraid of the government. What did they say? The government will not kill them. We dare Georgia to take guns and shoot people. So they will organize, they will sit against, they will come against everything. But nobody will do that today. So they say we'll do it, but that the international community will fire. Yeah, Sweden has announced that it's shutting down its embassy in Liberia. Though they say they will be supporting Liberia through institutions, that's a diplomatic way to say goodbye. We're not satisfied with certain things in your country, and we don't want to continue. They will not tell you that we're cutting off support completely. So they say we'll be supporting Liberia through other institutions. You want to believe that? The people are saying, and they know that it is wrong, that you have taken state resources in clear violation of all the financial laws of this country. You have in clear violation, broad day violation of the very code of conduct for public officials based on what you do, practically. Yesterday, they were dismissing people. They were telling people you can be government official and you wear party t-shirt. I can remember one time I went to the Ministry of Information. It was not easy. They said they were preparing a memo that you can be a civil servant, then you're talking government issue. You're wearing government t-shirts. When the people at various ministry government officials were wearing party t-shirts, what did they say? They brought out the argument that it was wrong. Today, what do you see? And you see government officials at various ministries wearing party t-shirts, Unity Party t-shirts, and they are justifying that it is the right as citizens. But yesterday it was wrong. So it is wrong today. You dare not wear party t-shirt. Joseph Yema Bwaga will sack you. Unity Party people will sack you. Everybody, that's the culture of Liberia. But there's envy. When you're not there, you know it all. When you dare, you justify. You're going to see government officials all over the place in party t-shirts. I'm sorry, Philip Kanga, if I were that man, find something else to do, turn Joseph Walker ombudsman office onto him. Because he's just sitting over there like a puppet. He dare raise his voice on anything. In fact, the Unity Party stalwarts like Mo Ali, Bwaka Jaliba, Amos Stewart, and the rest of the guy, Bwaka Pigin, they didn't even respect him. Because he brought that thing, Bwaka went and called and said, you're sitting down right, let's lecture. You forget about that Kanga man. Then he stay over there and be getting your money. And you trade your integrity for political favoritism. The Swedish embassy is shutting down. Honor Joseph Yema Bwaga government. Let me share the communication they released with you people. Then we out. The Swedish embassy accredited to Liberia and Sierra Leone wishes to inform the public that the Swedish government has taken a difficult decision that Swedish bilateral development cooperation with Liberia will be phased out, and the embassy of Sweden in Monrovia will be closed during the course of 2026. This decision has not been taken lightly and is a consequence of reduced funding in our overall budget for development cooperation. Other countries that are being affected in Africa are Zimbabwe, Mozambique, and Tanzania. The phase out of bilateral support will be done in a responsible and orderly way, with operations terminated by the end of August 2026. However, our support for Liberia through global support to multilateral organizations through the EU would not be affected. The decision to phase out bilateral support is not in any way linked to policies or events in Liberia. They will not tell you outrightly, but they see things that they're not satisfied with. And the best thing to do is to cut off diplomatic tie with Liberia. The people saying how you are using the country money broad day and officials are justifying. That's what I said this week, that they confirmed everything that CDC was doing. CDC was right. The only difference, they were envious. Now they are doing the same thing. You're going to see party government officials wearing party t-shirts over there. Finlay Kanga might wear a UP t-shirt and go there too. And there's this other thing that, oh God, what kind of country yes so? So if you receive invitation, if lawmaker receives invitation to go to a fundraiser, is that a news that you will showcase that I have received invitation? Look at the lawmakers that are on Facebook showcasing invitation as if it is an extraordinary event. Amen. You see why the legislature is a toothless bulldog? You see why it is a rubber stamp legislature? You see why it is a patronage offspring legislature, a patronage offspring. That means it's evolved. It evolved from the legislature. We say it that way because they stoop so low. They stoop so low. Legislator receives invitation from Unity Party, then they're excited. They're excited, they're putting it on social media as if they have received. Then what will you do now when you receive invitation from the White House? What will you do when you receive invitation from the United Nations? What will you do when you receive invitation from those multilateral and bilateral institutions, economically and politically? What will you do? I know you will have party. Tell me. What? That thing should ever happen with to St. Andrews. I receive invitation, then I spray it all over. And you invite people to a program. Responsible, sound, intelligent person will receive the invitation, and if they find it convenient, they will go there, inquire to and participate and be finished. But you're spreading invitation all over. Look at Deputy Speaker. Look at Emmanuel Dan. Why Emmanuel Dan communication? He said, he excited to receive the communication from your invitation from Unity Party to be at the rally on tomorrow. Then there's this other thing as if it is a news. You're not breaking the opposition heart. You're not breaking the opposition heart. You can be the 73, excluding CDC people. Take CDC lawmakers from the House of Representatives and the Senate. The rest of the people, all of y'all can go and join Unity Party. How good it is for the opposition. Here is it. Here is a common lesson, simple lesson. If you guys don't know, how can you be in this country? You've not seen this. You can go to the ruling Unity Party, but it doesn't help you. It is not a guarantee. It is not a surety that you will be elected 2029. If that was the case, then all those lawmakers who have been re-elected, all of them who have been re-elected, then you will not have seen a number of new senators and representatives when we came to power. Beyond you will not have seen the names, the new faces we see in the House of Senate and House of Representatives 2023. Because they gravitated, they left their party, they went to the ruling establishment with the understanding that the ruling establishment has money, the ruling establishment can give them election. How petty is that? You don't need to cross over. All you need to do is do well in your district, and your people will re-elect you. When I say Liberia does not have politicians, I'm not referring to everybody. That some people don't know, they disagree with me. But this is what I often refer to. Do I need to go to a unity party or a ruling establishment to gain popularity and fame and morale? I was elected to improve the well-being of my people. All I need to do, as per my responsibility, focus on the district, bring into full consideration my 3 cardinal responsibilities, and ensure that I take the district from one level to another, and see at the close of my term whether I will not be re-elected. Why you have people, you have guys in our house, why you hear the people say, oh, the man stayed 23 years in our House of Representatives. He is a doyen of the representative, the House of Representatives. He stayed there 15 years. Go to some of those places, those districts. The guys are doing well. So when election comes, they vote them again. You don't have to crisscross party. It is not a guarantee. It only means you are a political weakling. You are development dead. You are visionless. So you think by hiding behind Unity Party, that way you will have the recognition. So they will see you as Unity Party supporters. Moreover, you have not been supporters of the people. You have not been in a struggle of the people. You coming in at the time millions of dollars are all over the place. So the rest of the guys who've been there, who struggle, they know, and they will now open up to you. You guys have to be philosophical. You sit down and you rationalize. You think good. I can be a representative, senator. They are rushing to go join the ruling establishment. We saw that in early time here. It did not help most of these guys, those guys. We saw it in Weir's time. It did not help most of those guys. You're still following that same old pattern. You will never see a Nigerian senator rushing to go join ruling party. You will never see a Sierra Leone parliament or parliamentarian running to go join ruling party. You will never see a Ghanaian parliamentarian running to go join ruling establishment. You will never see it in any one of the regional countries. Only in Liberia, you see that happening. What does that tell you? That the guys are just vulnerable, gullible. That's what it means. That's the lesson it sends. You cannot, they cannot tell you why. If they ever give you an answer, they say, Bwaka doing well. If Bwaka is doing well, is that an incentive to go and join the ruling establishment? So why can your people say our representative doing well? I think your constituents should be praising you, telling you you're doing well, then you telling the people Bwaka doing well. You're not working for Bwaka. Bwaka manages the representative, the executive rather. You are a legislator. You are elected by the people. You are the people's representative. Your budgetary allocation comes from that side, and you will have to make sure. That's why Yaka said these few days, and he was right. Yaka said, I can't do nothing at this show because they ain't give me anything. My salary is not for me and the people of the district. And Yaka right. And may I say to all of you in District 10, you don't get discouraged against Yeke. Yeke is right. As long as Yeke is not doing anything in our district, you don't have problem with it. If election was on tomorrow, you vote Yeke at a very gulf margin. You said yesterday, you said, oh, we are withholding. When the same thing was happening to Yaka in the district, you had all kinds of things to say. So much so that Unity Party, because they wanted Yaka out, they put 2-3 candidates in a race against Yaka in District 10. Unity Party was supporting those people. What happened? Yaka won them overwhelmingly. Yaka won them. You don't have to switch. Leave your party, you go and join ruling establishment. It's too petty. It is mediocre. It is far below the belt of your standard in society. It is far-fetched of your quote-unquote honorific honorable. Why will you do that? Just so you have people say, oh, the senator joined United Party. Oh. Then United Party will say, yeah, you're kind of the president doing well. And you see if you got the president and the president doing well, they both come in their party. You have sold your independence. It is not that you're going to help Wakai. You don't have to join the ruling establishment as a legislator to develop the country. You can stay where you are for which the people elected you. Go in other countries, see the legislators, see what they're doing in their respective districts. And if there is a hiccup or impediment to getting things done for their district by the executive, see what they do. They use their power, they use their authority, and they make sure that they get what they want to. You got a bunch of those small boys and girls. We are excited to be joining a Unity Party tomorrow. You ain't even go. The government even go 2 years. You're falling prey to small morning crumbs because that all just so you will look that kind of way, just to enjoy the niceties of political life. That's all. Some of you doing nothing in your district. You should be ashamed of yourselves. On a 2 years, you ain't got nothing to show. On a 2 years, Bwaga has nothing to show. On a 2 years, some of you legislators have nothing to show. Yet you say you're going to join the ruling establishment because Bwaga is developing the country. How mentally low are you people? Oh, come on. No reason why some of you sat in a place that you're like Bobo. You can talk because the discussion far above you people in terms of exposure and education. So when small money around, oh, the president doing well, and I received my invitation. Should you be boasting as a legislator? You're receiving invitation for a mayor rally? God, damn! What, Liberia? And you call yourself seasoned politician? No, you are not a seasoned politician. You are petty. You are tiny. What? SM Andrew Cash said the small thing that we will far way below the bell. When people send an invitation, they can only see us at the gathering. You don't have to go showcasing. You don't have to brag. You don't have to brag. A person who brags, people just laugh. Oh, the man. You are a legislator. You are a big ball. You are a politician. You are a man of stature. You join United Party, so we have seen nothing. We've seen it over and over. There's nothing new there. They're not news. So the people who say they're going to join United Party, hey man, Chief, you're being in this country, you saw the thing. We're speaking the reality. It doesn't make any difference. Most of the people who left, what happened? Let me not use Ellen. Let me use the most recent CDC. The guys who left their respective political parties and joined CDC, what happened? What happened to them? Some were incorporated greatly, some weren't. What did we see at the end of the day? They started complaining that they were not getting the face. And based on that, they were leaving the party. But we say, you say now that you are joining ruling party now. So why are you leaving from there for? You're going to see the same thing in United Party. And you know how it starts? The people in United Party legislators, the first thing, they will not give them space. Because they will always treat them with suspicion that they are spies. They're coming from outside, so they will not be too sure with them. They will not open up to them. They will close them on some opportunities. That's the first stage. You go ask, you look at early administration, you look at we administration. We talk the indicators, so we don't talk by imagination or from imagination. We see the indicators, that what we can talk from. We saw it in Ellen's government. We saw it in Weir's government. So it's not a strange thing that you people going to Unity Party and say you're going join Unity Party. Must you wait for fundraiser before you declare? Must you? And you call yourself senator? You call yourself representative? Generally, you call yourself lawmaker? So had Unity Party not announced fundraiser for construction party headquarters, you wouldn't have joined them? Why? All those times you didn't join were just few months into a 2 full year. Why you didn't do it? Why what you didn't see from the onset that you have seen now? No reason why when you see your friends then from other countries, you can just look petty. You can just look small in their presence. Because you got no value, no essence. Your trade, your integrity. You be like Job. You go read Job. Job 27, 5 and 6. You see it. Especially 5. Job, the man said, till I die, I will never compromise my integrity. That's what the man said. The man said, till I die, I remain who I am. I will not trade my integrity for anything because of him. Even in disaster, I will not at all. I will not do it. And that's what makes you a man. That's how people respect you. That's how people respect you. The man said, God forbid that I should justify. Till I die, I will not remove my integrity from me. Till I die, I will not remove my integrity from me. In the midst of all that I'm going through, good time, bad time, I maintain my integrity. And that a human being right there, your integrity. All of these guys, what do you see? You see integrity on the trading pedestal or on the trading table, on the political trading market. These people, the president is doing well. Should legislature praise president or doing well? It is damning. It is damning. It is demeaning. It is a defeat. Should legislator praise president? The people of your district should be saying, thank God we elected John Josiah. Look at our district. We in district 15. We can boast. We have this. We have that. No wonder we elected this man. That way, the people should be praising you. You should not be praising another person. They say first branch of government, and you have responsibility. Then you just excited. I receive invitation from Unity Party to go to the groundbreaking ceremony. Nonsense of you, man. I see you. So broad day, they are taking the government money, yeah, broad day. But watch it. That place will be empty. They saw it from the various counties they went to do their launching. They saw it. They saw it. Poor attendance. Poor everywhere. All of the counties they went to do their fundraising in. Poor. The people tired of them. When I was coming, somebody asked in the morning, just this morning. Then one of the guys said, I will leave my work. Yeah, I went to the Ministry of Finance. We have a meeting there. Yeah, religious meeting. They ran around the street, vending the car to go off. So I had just heard the guy saying, but I will leave my work to go to a rally. We hear the news. I said, thank you. Yeah. You better go to your respective businesses and other things. You go sit down because the people get the money. They're 15,000, they're 20,000, they're 40,000. They will use your and just to make play park. Then when you finish, you're walking home. Things rough. Then you're going in the community asking people to do this for you, to buy your this, to buy your that. I see y'all, yeah. The news is all at 6. Join us for it. And then at 6:50, Isiaka Sharif and Josephine Johnson in with CDC hour. And then at 8 o'clock, the man himself is in, the doctor, A.B. William, the teacher of the Anthony at Law, will face the issues. Okay. So where is it? Oh, FC Barcelona is on tomorrow. The world's greatest team. FCB. All my back affairs. Yeah, hello there. So this is how we go home. We're back tomorrow, next week, if God permits. Please, we live in the basket with you again. Oh. We live in the basket. You please drop, man. You drop our Christmas in a basket, yeah? Yeah. Please, 0555885 885. In Liberia, the Liberia number 0555 0717 885. Out of Liberia, the send wave 0555 885 885. In Liberia mobile money number 0777 017 885. So the weekend, you drop something in our basket, yeah? You drop our Christmas. You put our seeds in there. Yeah? Yeah, I beg your man. Okay. I see you. This is how we go home.
Joe. Rastafari. It's a redemption day.
Wagwan must struggle me.
Wagwan revolution, people. Wagwan the blue revolution.
Aye.
You ready? CDC, you ready?